Welcome to this year's MassChallenge US Showcase and Awards, a virtual celebration of innovation, ingenuity, and impact of some of the brightest and most promising entrepreneurs who are altering industries, developing future technologies, and disrupting the status quo. As a key sponsor, MITRE is not only proud of our longstanding partnership with MassChallenge, but we are equally as proud to enable, empower, and celebrate the diversity of thought, ideas, and perspectives that create unexpected opportunities and help us collectively discover new possibilities. Each year, MassChallenge supports hundreds of startups undertaking some of the greatest challenges our nation and our globe face. From biotech, therapeutics, and pharma to robotics, Internet of Things, transportation, and education. This year's event celebrates the 229 startups from our US programs, awards over $1 million in equity-free cash prizes, and virtually convenes the global innovation community. MITRE's partnership and those of all the sponsors that collaborate with MassChallenge truly supports our collective exploration and pursuit of new and groundbreaking opportunities. Please join me in congratulating and celebrating the amazing innovation, thought leadership, and ingenuity of our MassChallenge US Showcase and Awards entrepreneurs.
You don't really think of entrepreneurship as, I guess, from first glance, as difficult and challenging, but honestly, day in, day out, you're pushing yourself to the limit.
It's hard to be an entrepreneur.
We're past the point of creating just for creation's sake and really creating for a purpose.
The main purpose is trying to create projects or participate in projects that can be like an agent of change.
I feel as though we all have a purpose and we all have a commitment to society.
It is a passion of mine to leave this world in a better condition than I found it.
The possibility of making an impact that will be memorable and can change the lives of especially a lot of underserved individuals or people that feel like they aren't seen.
I believe we are really helping one of the lowest denominator of the society.
Not only is that exciting, but you can make a really big impact on the world.
And if we all serve in our own way, then I think we'll make the world a better place.
We started Sage Surfer to help people like my cousin who are struggling with mental illness.
The problem that we're addressing is that about half the students coming out of secondary in our country, they struggle with research skills and they're not ready for college level writing.
We want to lift the stigma that people that are in the trades are, not good enough for university.
We are going to be reforesting deserts in order to capture carbon and reverse climate change.
And we just go onto school campuses and make them safer.
We started MassChallenge and we thought we knew what we were doing.
The mentors have really helped me along the way.
The mentors
we're working with are giving us an opportunity to go back and essentially sort of plug holes and fix things that were held together with MacGyver tape.
MassChallenge, it was like flipping a light switch.
Taking us from being engineers to entrepreneurs.
Best value add come into introductions.
The networking that we've been able to do with other entrepreneurs.
Tom said, "What a great technology. I'm going to run this by one of my friends." One of his friends turned out to be one of the heads of the Department of Energy.
Definitely a pay it forward type of atmosphere in MassChallenge.
We all have one thing that's equal in this life, and it's time. So anytime somebody puts their personal time up to help others, it's so selfless. It's amazing.
Thank you a million times.
Thank you so much.
Thank you may even be an understatement.
We can't keep going without all of you.
If this past year and a half has taught us anything,
it's that there is no one place where entrepreneurship thrives.
Inspiration is everywhere.
Literally.
In Sunnyvale, California.
In Houston, Texas.
In India.
In Zoom rooms.
Even in Edmonton.
And MassChallenge is driven by that very idea.
By bringing founders together.
By reimagining how we drive innovation.
By using zero equity, uncommon approach that supports entrepreneurs solving massive challenges.
This is a global network.
One that empowers innovators to power their communities and transform economies.
It's a place to gather
and exchange ideas
with mentors and partners,
donors and alumni,
governments and ecosystems
to build a stronger future
through collaborative innovation.
This is MassChallenge. Come solve with us.
Hi, I'm Shira Lazar, and welcome to the MassChallenge 2021 U.S. Early Stage Awards presented by MITRE. You're going to hear this often tonight, so I'll get right to it. Click the button below, or for those enjoying the VIP viewing parties, scan the QR code on the card at your table to donate and support the next generation of entrepreneurs. And by doing this, you're supporting MassChallenge's mission to equip bold entrepreneurs to disrupt the status quo and to create meaningful, sustainable change. Now, on my channel, What's Trending, we're always looking out for the latest trends. The big difference, though, MassChallenge is giving away over $1 million in equity-free cash and prizes. Tonight, we're going to reimagine venture. So how does that break down in terms of what we're going to see this year? Well, the first trend we're seeing involves geography. With most companies going virtual, the talent pool has opened up. It's no longer mandatory to be in Silicon Valley or any single location to launch, grow, or scale your business. Moving on to the next trend in funding. Founders, including women, the LGBTQ+ and BIPOC communities, have typically received a disproportionately small amount of overall venture capital, if any at all, and are consistently overlooked for solutions that they are positioned and ready to solve. As you'll see and hear throughout the show, MassChallenge is continuing to solve this problem and create systemic change. We are also witnessing an inspiring new trend in founder cooperation. Founders are coming together to help each other so everyone can have access to funding and other resources to make new visions a reality. Finally, we're seeing a trend of innovators working in uncommon sectors. The MassChallenge finalists that are actively looking to shift the way we all live, work, and play come to us from more than 20 different industries. How amazing is that? And again, thanks to MITRE and everyone in the MassChallenge community for making tonight and the mission possible. You can show your support for the next generation of entrepreneurs by making a donation right now. And to get us going tonight, I'd like to introduce the CEO of MassChallenge, Siobhan DeLay.
Welcome to the MassChallenge Early Stage U.S. Awards presented by MITRE. Economies around the world are built on entrepreneurship. It's the lifeblood of innovation. It drives job creation and economic and social progress. While traditional modes of startup formation and venture have played a critical role over the last decade of growth, they're insufficient in supporting and solving our most complex challenges at scale. This past year has highlighted the contribution of traditional venture-backed companies, thank you Zoom and Slack. It's also highlighted the fact that breakthrough innovations require incubation, public subsidy, and corporate partnership alongside the more celebrated venture capital. We'll hear from two of these unconventional businesses tonight, Ginkgo Bioworks and Moderna. Unconventional businesses need unconventional partners with unconventional approaches. MassChallenge has matched our mission to our model. We take no equity so that we can work with the highest impact, highest potential entrepreneurs, regardless of their financing preferences, regardless of their sector or category, regardless of their personal networks. In fact, we have designed our process to work with founders who may be overlooked or underestimated by traditional models. Our incredible startups speak for themselves. The 229 startups from this year's cohort demonstrate just how much opportunity exists beyond the closed process of venture when we widen the lens. For example, 47% of our startups have at least one founder of color. 48% of our startups have at least one female or non-binary founder. These numbers show the case for supporting unconventional entrepreneurs and intentionally, measurably ensuring representation of industries and sector, geography, funding model, and founder diversity. Tonight, you'll hear from our founders on how and why our commitment to support unconventional founders is making a difference. Unconventional businesses need unconventional partners with unconventional approaches. Tonight, I want to be really clear about the two unique aspects of our work because it's connected to where I'm going to ask you for some support. First, MassChallenge is a community-powered nonprofit organization. This novel approach begins to dismantle the closed private networks by which startups are most often selected and supported. We'll continue to recruit extraordinary volunteers with an eye towards increasing the diversity of perspectives and increasing the capacity of our experts to assess companies and founders with whom they have shared and different identities. It is only one small part of our commitment to build DEI into the DNA of the startup ecosystem. And we're just getting started. Second, we take no equity. This was not an easy decision. With several alumni IPOs over the last 12 months, the trade-offs are real. Our no equity model provides essential on-ramps for founders overlooked by, not yet ready for, or not yet interested in venture. These founders still benefit from and deserve access to accountability, expertise, and a network traditionally often made available only to venture-backed startups. We believe the future is one where more diverse businesses solve a more diverse array of problems for more diverse geographies to create universal solutions with significant impact. To make this future a reality, we need the MassChallenge unconventional approach supported by a community of believers. We invite you to support us in this mission in two ways. Volunteer to be an expert, or join our community of donators to support our most mission-critical work, including the significant investment we're making to drive equitable outcomes for all founders. We're fortunate to be supported by an incredible group of individuals, corporations, foundations, and alumni. Donations like these ensure we're able to continue to offer our programs at no cost and for zero equity. If you tuned out to anything of what I've said so far, here's a summary. MassChallenge is the global network for innovators. Our uncommon, no equity approach is aligned to our vision of a stronger future through collaborative innovation. We do this by supporting and accelerating unconventional businesses solving massive challenges. Our open source, community-driven model fosters globally connected, locally grounded communities that help innovators thrive. I hope tonight will inspire you to join us in our effort to build the future through collaborative innovation. Enjoy the show.
Please welcome founder and Cause EDU and MassChallenge alum, Sharonda White.
There are multiple ways to build and scale companies that are not constrained to the limitations or preferences of venture capital alone. Revenue-based financing, crowdfunding, SBIR or NIH grants, pitch competitions, and even good old-fashioned revenue are only a few of the alternatives or complements that founders like me look for to grow our business while retaining ownership. Just this year, we saw the acquisition of the largest bootstrap business, MailChimp. This is proof that founders do not have to give up equity at the earliest stages or ever to build, scale, and grow a high-impact business. Our company, Cause EDU, helps students and their families to better understand the true cost of college and develop sound strategies to pay for it. Together, my CTO, Chief Partnerships Officer, and I took our company through the MassChallenge program. We also won a $25,000 no equity cash prize and an invaluable entrepreneur in residence position as part of last year's Quinn Impact Award, one of several sidecar prizes. Tonight, you will see several cash awards presented, including sidecar prizes. These awards are one way that MassChallenge works with philanthropic and entrepreneurial organizations to offer equity-free cash support to founders, increasing the reach and impact of the global network. Tonight, I will introduce the same sidecar prize I won, the Quinn Impact Award.
Please welcome Director of the Quinn Impact Fund and Member Relations, Charlie Davies.
Thank you for the kind introduction. The Quinn is proud to partner with MassChallenge for the second annual Quinn Impact and Innovation Prize to recognize innovators as trailblazers with the courage to love the problem and create game-changing solutions. We are excited to offer a total of $50,000 to 5 New England-based startups. The winners of tonight's Impact Prize will receive cash awards worth $5,000, $10,000, and $25,000. The $25,000 prize winner will also receive a 1-year Entrepreneur in Residence membership to the Quinn, which includes additional mentorship and business opportunities. Our 3 runner-ups and winners of the $5,000 prize are Naramco Points and School Suite. First prize, $10,000, goes to Kinder. Kinder, well done, congratulations. And for our grand prize winner of $25,000 and a membership to the Quinn, Guardian Wealth, congratulations. So congratulations to all of you. Fantastic work. MassChallenge, thank you. And we'll see you again.
Here to announce the 2021 Mass CEC Scholarship, please welcome Senior Program Manager Leslie Nash.
Each year, Mass CEC works with MassChallenge to provide up to $5,000 scholarships to eligible clean tech startups, because we believe that making it easier for entrepreneurs to access resources and capital fosters a stronger innovation economy. The Mass CEC Scholarship is a way to directly support MassChallenge startups, help them develop their climate technologies, or become members of different industry programs that support the growth of their company. This year, we are awarding these scholarships to 3 Massachusetts-based startups innovating in the clean tech and climate change solution space. This year's winners are Muon Vision, Preserve Technologies, and Oyster Common. Congratulations to this year's scholarship recipients.
From Ecliptic Capital, please welcome operating partner Mike Millard.
At Ecliptic Capital, we embrace the innovators, the disruptors, and the game changers. That's why we're thrilled to collaborate with MassChallenge this year with our inaugural Ecliptic Capital Innovation Prize worth $25,000. In addition to the prize money, the award includes dedicated access to our team for fundraising, strategy, mentorship, and resources. We're not naming a winner this evening, but we plan to announce a winner later this year. We're excited to be part of the Reimagining venture with MassChallenge. Congratulations again to all the finalists this year. Now back to regularly scheduled awards programming.
I decided to apply for MassChallenge because I knew that I needed a lot of help in terms of marketing, more outreach, some bigger contracts and things, and especially in the social media advertising side. My favorite part of the accelerator were the one-on-one mentorship sessions. It was just a wealth of knowledge and connections. Our revenue went up 195% compared to the previous period, and we were actually able to invest in a PR company that helped us get on Good Morning America, and from there we've been featured 3 times. I think even just being a part of MassChallenge, it's that community of I know one person who knows these other people, and it's just this huge spider web that just keeps growing in the best way. So I think it's so important to continually keep up with those kinds of people that you meet.
Please welcome CEO of Augmenta and MassChallenge alum, George Varvarelis.
Innovation is happening around the world, arguably more than ever before. As a Greek entrepreneur who just recently raised $12 million to bring sustainable precision agriculture to all farmers, I can confirm that we no longer have to confine ourselves to a single region to be successful. I was part of MassChallenge's very first Texas-based program in 2018. I had to actually wait for 5 weeks for our funding round to close to make it to Austin to be with a cohort. Crossing borders isn't always easy, and MassChallenge ensured we had what we needed to maximize the opportunity from oceans away. Our experience was transformative. After 3 years of growing the business overseas, I'm relocating to Dallas, Texas in a week to grow our US-based operations. MassChallenge gave us the tools to create our business abroad and scale it up by bringing it back to the United States.
Here to present our first MassChallenge Gold Awards of the evening. Please welcome Vice President of Strategy and Corporate Development at Motional, Patrick Jameson.
Motional first partnered with MassChallenge to find innovative technologies that will accelerate our goal of developing an industry-leading robotaxi. Together, we launched the first ever MassChallenge mobility track to accelerate innovation that enables the movement of people and goods in a smarter, sustainable, and more resilient way. And while tonight I'm not here to speak specifically about the mobility track, I can share that this partnership has generated several initial engagements with promising startups, and our team has also benefited from connecting with other members of the MassChallenge network. What I am here to do tonight, and I'm excited to present, is a portion of the Gold Awards. So without further ado, I'd love to announce the winners. iHeat Planning, Aerosense, Known Technologies, Oculogenics, Persist, and Transera. Congratulations to all the winners, and best of luck through this next phase of your company's journey. Woo!
Yes.
Woohoo! This is such good news!
Oh my God, we won! This is absolutely bananas! I can't believe we won!
So I here would like to thank Chief Buck, Chief McEwen, Wolverton, Michael, Chief Marco, Tavo, Holly, Hope, Stephanie, and all of the first responders. This is your tool.
I want to thank my wife. She's been so amazing and so supportive throughout this whole journey. To my co-founder, Richard Kane, thank you for bringing my vision to life through what you built for this company and what we're going to bring to the world.
I really want to thank our team for toiling away by our side and for believing in us. Yashwant, Anjana, Hemant, Akhilesh, and Adnan, thank you for believing in us.
Huge thank you to our mentors, Stan King, Mike Bruckman, Eddie Altuki. Thank you guys. You've been so generous with your time and advice. We wouldn't be here today without you.
Thank you to my father and family for all their support, our MassChallenge mentors, Greg Urban, Dr. Anil Shetty, and all of the MassChallenge organizers. I couldn't do this without the Oculogenics team that helped us reach this milestone.
Here to present our next Gold Awards, please welcome Executive Vice President of NRG Home, Elizabeth Killinger.
NRG is committed to supporting the thriving startup culture in our hometown of Houston and across the larger ecosystem by working with like-minded organizations, whether that's through mentorship, partnerships, or financial support. Today's consumer expects outstanding value and personalization options from the companies they do business with, and electricity is no exception. Working with MassChallenge helps us stay ahead of the curve by providing the opportunities and connections to see entrepreneurs in action. From their drive and determination to solve massive problems to the new ideas and technologies they've created as a result. This startup mentality is infectious, and that's the kind of thinking we want to be instilled in our own teams. So we're constantly innovating for our customers and the community. Tonight, I will share the next 5 startups who will be awarded a gold prize. And the winners are Grain for Grain, Natreon, POW, Southie, and Westface. Congratulations.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot believe this.
We did it, Luca. We did it. Yay!
We did it.
We did it! I want to thank MassChallenge and the entire community that they have built. It is truly the best part of the entire experience. I look forward to strengthening the connections between myself and the rest of the MassChallenge cohort in order to really help each other thrive.
First and foremost, my team. I've got the greatest team in the world. My co-founder, Tom, of course, but everybody else, our CTO, too, our R&D team with Henry, Gavin, and Kaveen, Jake, and Stefan, and everybody else in the business development side.
Thank you, MassChallenge Network, mentors, and Pod for supporting us during our journey and supporting our mission. We look forward to staying connected with the community.
Thank you, MassChallenge. This is so exciting. I'd like to thank my team who worked so incredibly hard, our mentors, as well as our investors. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Here to present the final $25,000 Gold Awards of the evening, please welcome Senior Director of Innovation at Retail Business Services, Eric Braun.
Good evening. At Retail Business Services and Ahold Delhaize, innovation means extending our collaboration outside of the walls of our company. We look to learn from startups and other innovation leaders and use that learning to be better and stronger. Our partnership with MassChallenge may have been formalized this year, but as it turns out, the strength of the MassChallenge network has already found its way into RBS. Some of the people on our innovation team have had startups go through MassChallenge, and others have been mentors for years. Being able to sponsor the program and work with MassChallenge from the corporate side brings collaboration, community, and innovation full circle. And it allows us to provide guidance and support directly to the startups and eventually provide better solutions back to customers or partners like us. That's why I'm excited to sit here today and share with you the final startup winners for this year's Gold Awards, worth $25,000 each. The 5 winners are Exum, LucyDX, Osteo, Rentable, and Voy. Congratulations to these 5 startups for being this year's Gold Award winners.
We won?
Let's go. Let's go. That's amazing.
Mama, here, you won this medal.
What for?
From helping the baby.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am so honored.
Voy would like to thank the incomparable and high energy Rachel Gross in MassChallenge Boston and all our cohort members for guidance and support.
Thank you so much, MassChallenge. It's been an incredible 3 months. We've had a tremendous opportunity to grow and learn with your program. In addition to you all, we wanted to thank our team for working so tirelessly to get us here. We wanted to thank our investors and our advisors.
We'd like to thank our MassChallenge mentors, Daryl Wong, Dr. Alan Rinaldi, Rory Carrillo, and Sandra Ziv.
This is truly an honor. I have to thank my wonderful co-founders, Dr. Jesse Taylor and Dr. Ari West, who have worked tirelessly to shine a light on this important lead.
So Tim, Darcy, John, Wobi, and Nemanja, thank you so much for all of your help and us getting to this point within the challenge, but also growing as a company immensely in such a short amount of time.
Voy plans on using our award to continue developing our products and our team to accelerate getting our solution into as many hands as possible.
Pay for expensive third-party integrations to improve our product.
When people think of venture capital and startup funding, they usually think about California, specifically Silicon Valley. While these traditional spots have been known for the top startups and unicorns, innovation, as we know, is everywhere. And tonight we have the privilege of hearing from 2 distinguished leaders who have built transformative, literally life-saving businesses through uncommon paths. With that, I'd like to introduce Tina Dahealy from BBC, who will moderate a conversation between Stefan Bancel, CEO of Moderna, and Jason Kelly, the CEO of Ginkgo Bioworks.
Stefan, Jason, it's great to see you both and great to be in conversation with you. The last few years have been a truly extraordinary time in history for the world, for biotech, and for each of your organizations. Can you tell us about the moment that you knew you could contribute to solving the COVID-19 crisis? Stefan.
The first one is when I heard there's a new virus in China, and we had already done 9 vaccines in clinical studies. And when I heard it was a coronavirus, we already had worked on MERS. So I knew there was a very high probability our vaccine could work and be helpful. But at that time, we thought it was going to be an outbreak. I'm going back to December of 2019. And at the end of January, when I was actually in Davos with Jason, he and I had lunch with Angela Merkel. It's during that week that I realized it was going to be a pandemic like 1918. And so we started running for our lives and pivoted the whole company because we thought it was going to be really bad.
Stefan, can you remember a particular moment that when you had that realization? What happened?
Yes, I was with Dr. Jeremy Farrar, who ran the Wellcome Trust, and Richard Hatchett, who runs CEPI, both amazing infectious disease doctors. We're having a coffee because we will meet several times a day to check all the new information that we get out of China. And I remember that as we saw the cases going up, and if you remember, the Chinese government closed Wuhan during the Davos meeting, and we realized that there were already cases popping up, in Southeast Asia, in Japan, and that there are flights to every capital in Asia, every capital in Europe, and all the big cities on the west coast of the US. And I remember looking up to Jeremy and say, remind me, coronavirus, it's around 7-10 days incubation. He's like, yep. And so I told him, so it's everywhere. And he's like, yep, it's everywhere. And so this is why I told him, this is going to be like 1918. He's like, yep, it's going to be like 1918.
We weren't around in 1918, but can you tell us, Jason, about your recollections, where you were when you realised this was as serious as it was?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was,
sort of like many folks, it was around when things exploded in Italy. We're Ginkgo's not a vaccine company. We weren't sort of frontline in that way. What we saw was a biological event that was going to be 1918 scale, and it seemed like people hadn't fully accepted that yet. And it felt like our community, the biotech community, should sort of throw in to help however we can, basically, right? Like, imagine it had been a computer virus. You don't think the Apples and Googles of the world would have sat it out, right? We sort of had a view at Ginkgo that we should help however we can. And so we basically opened our platform up to do free work for folks working in therapeutics and vaccines to help where we could. And that was in basically March and April 2020 that we started doing that. And then ultimately that led to some of the work we're doing in testing. It led to some of the work we've been doing in the vaccine supply chain. But it was really just a recognition that it was the biological event of our lives, and you ought not sit.
COVID has accelerated change in so many areas of our lives, and our collective experience over the past 18 months, 2 years, has pulled into question, into much sharper focus, our long-standing assumptions about place and space. How do you both think about the importance of place and community in building your firms going forward? Jason?
Particularly for these areas of high technology, you do see clustering of talent, right? And so I still think that's going to be particularly important. The thing I'll just note, I think there is a moment where, as a consequence of COVID, you had a awareness of people of the real world, the non-virtual world can come into your life, in this case, in a very negative way. And I think with climate change, people are also, this new generation is very concerned about how are we going to feed ourselves? How are we going to, produce energy? These are all things that, honestly, the tech industry doesn't have the tools for in the way that biotech and other hard technology industries do. And so I think you're going to see these centers of excellence. Boston happens to be one for biotech, but around could be robotics, it could be nuclear, it could right. And those are going to be the next generation of big companies, in my opinion, because our challenges coming up are in the physical world.
Yes, I agree with what Jason said. I also think that for growth company where you have to invent the future, the world is still going to need to spend a lot of time together physically. So while I think, remote tools are fantastic and they have made all of our life easier, and sometimes you can do something remotely and manage better your work and your life, because sometimes you might need to be a different location. You can still do most of the things. But the piece I will always caution people, which is for the creative process of building. This is really hard to do it in this setup. I'm sure smart engineers are going to invent better tools and so on. But a lot of things we do, and I'm sure it's the same with Jason and his team, is we invent the future every day. And it's really hard to do it in this setup. Sometimes we need to be in the same room, take a pen, work on the board, and build on each other. And then you take my pen and that creative process is still, with the tools I've tried so far, not as good as being in the same room. So I think I would just caution entrepreneurs that I think the world where you can move everything virtually in biology and in a cutting edge of a new science, I think is risky.
Okay, one of the key themes tonight is that diversity, inclusive of geography, is critical to a more impactful next step for the startup and venture landscape. Jason, do you agree?
I think this is particularly important when it comes to thinking about the folks who build the technologies in these companies, actually. So if you look at the big tech companies today, you have these platforms that were kind of built, they've gotten huge scale, and they're having actually quite a, sort of negative impacts on the world. And the question is could they have seen it coming? Right? Could Facebook have seen it coming? Right? And I think one of the ways you get around that, you see around corners, is you make sure the team that's building the technology comes from lots of geographies, lots of different backgrounds, right? Because they have more sense of how it might negatively impact a part of the world or an underrepresented group or whatever it may be negatively, right? Because they've lived it. And I think that actually is really important in the folks that act, because you end up embedded in the technology you build. And so that's something we do think about a lot at Ginkgo. When it comes to where you build these companies, I think you'll see them pop up, like I said, all over the place. Certainly at Ginkgo, platform we make available to startups all over the world. But in general, I do think it's important to think carefully about building a team with diverse backgrounds for that reason.
And to that point as well, would you agree that it's also the responsibility of governments who perhaps haven't anticipated the growth of these companies, and so they haven't been able to regulate in time, that their growth has outpaced regulation?
I think the relationship between the regulatory bodies and the companies should be a lot healthier, in my view. I think people should be getting involved earlier, particularly in emerging new technologies, so they have a better sense of it. It's one of the things I think, as a consequence of COVID, you are seeing a big trial run of basically biosecurity technology being built right now that I'm actually hopeful makes for a safer future when it comes to the development of biotech. But yeah.
Stefan, your thoughts on that?
No, I agree 100%. I mean, if you look, one of the reasons we could get the vaccine out so fast was an amazing collaboration with the FDA. Because we had to, it was COVID, it was a pandemic. But could we have been, in collective way, better prepared? I think so. The piece that is clear in business is, I mean, if you think about it, my team, has dreams and nightmares about mRNA. We have seen thousands of experiments. We have seen now, 20 plus clinical trials. And so we have an asymmetry of information that is gigantic with the FDA. We're trying to do the best we can to do, scientific seminar at the FDA that are not product related, but science related, to teach the science and so on. But I think there's much more we need to do with the regulators, to your point, because the regulator needs to understand what's coming, not what is here today. And that's a piece where I think the need for public-private partnership needs to be really strong. And it means also that from a government standpoint, the regulatory agencies need to invest the time and the resources to learn the science so that they can be better prepared when they see a specific product file coming their way.
If we are to think about building Google-sized businesses outside of Silicon Valley, what are the uncommon approaches or partnerships that we might need to do that, Jason?
I think it's honestly, the first step is to have the ambition to build it. Right. I think that's a lot of the magic of Silicon Valley is they're not afraid of building $1 trillion company. They're not afraid of the scale that things could grow into if they're successful at the scale of ambition they're swinging for. I honestly think that is the most important bit there, but I'd be curious, Stefan, what you think.
Now, I would agree 100% with Jason. We talked about it a lot with the board as we build the board. Even initially building the board was hard. Why? Because most people you have in town, they don't want your company.
Yeah.
And as we talked about the platform, it's just different mindset, different time scale, different risk profile, different understanding of not only biology, but also technology, i.e. software, AI, robotics, and so on. Yes. And I think what was hard for us in the early days, I think we're in a good place now, is to find people around the company that could have the right mindset, as Jason says. Because, when I remember in the early days, we say, how do we get to 50 drugs in the clinic? People will look at us and say, what? No biotech company has built 50 drugs in the clinic. So why could you? And that's exactly the wrong mindset, because when you constrain yourself, you cannot invent the future.
And the only thing I'd add is great technologists, we see this again and again with scientists and engineers, they're skeptics, right? It's hard to be a good scientist and not be like an unbelievable skeptic, right? Because the work you're doing is at that leading edge. Most of it's not going to work. And that works against you when you're like, oh, we're gonna pull this off at this huge scale. And so like creating that culture that allows for really great scientists who have that skepticism and care, but also are swinging ambitiously, the amount of input energy needed to maintain is crazy. But if you pull it off, it's a big deal. Yeah.
Do you think biotech companies will become $1 trillion companies, similar to the likes of the big tech firms, Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook? Jason, you kick off first.
I think the problems coming, for this next generation are all in the physical world. And I think as you look at climate change, it's going to be the same thing. It's not going to come out of tech.
Stefan, your thoughts on how biotech companies can deal with some of the biggest challenges humanity faces going forward, and will they become $1 trillion companies like the tech players?
So, say it publicly, and I believe it. I believe Moderna will become the biggest life science company. A company like Ginkgo might pass us on the way, or That's highly possible. and people to be very humble about it.
mRNA and DNA, I'm happy to support. We're behind.
But if you think again how the pharma industry is set up as a bunch of analog drugs, again, this industry has done wonderful. I grew up in this industry. I worked for an amazing company, which is Eli Lilly. But it's like looking at Blockbuster and Netflix. You know, just nothing in common, but providing you movies. That's the only commonality between Netflix and Blockbuster from a business standpoint, from either to create a product. And it's the same thing with us and the pharmaceutical industry. So if I'm correct to say that I believe 70-80% of our drugs will get to market, the scale that this company is going to have and the ability to reinvest in science. Because remember, in pharma, 90% of the investment in R&D goes into the child driver. It drives zero value. If you get to a world where 70-80% of your investment in R&D drives to product, and you can reinvest that in R&D and do it again because you're a platform, think if you can think 5, 10, 15 years out, the scale that this company will have, it's unthinkable for traditional companies. And that's what I think we are saying with Jason, which is biology is moving to a digital world. Yeah. This industry for 150 years has been an analog industry. And like we've seen so many industries from retail to movies to anything, when you move it from analog to digital, you change entirely the game. And I believe the game has been changed in biotech. And now it's just a question of time. People who think, in weeks and quarters won't see exponential growth, but people who think in years and decades, as you start with a bit of analysis, you can fall from your chair very easily.
Jason, Stefan, thank you very much indeed.
The basic functional unit of your body is your cells. What we do is we take these immune cells out of your body, we train them to know what the tumor is, and then when we re-inject them back in, they can actually go in and turn on your immune system against the tumor and have your own system go and fight that. Just the validation of being involved with MassChallenge and the comfort that these other angel investors took in knowing that we had a network around us that was helping to nurture Squeeze ultimately was one of those beneficial intangibles that helped drive the $1 million angel round we did and ultimately go public. My goal was always to try to do something that could make the world a better place. I think that's what helps you jump out of bed in the morning and go through all the hard work it takes over the many years to make it work.
Please welcome founder and CEO of Sidon, Chris Adams.
Congratulations to all 2021 MassChallenge participants. Sidon began a partnership with MassChallenge in alignment with our joint commitment to innovation and fostering the entrepreneurial spirit. During this time, we've been able to embark on mentorship opportunities that help nurture upcoming startups that are changing the landscape in the treatment of complex rare diseases. My own personal involvement with MassChallenge as a mentor and judge has been truly rewarding. For more than a decade, I've interacted with dozens of inspirational high-energy founders and their teams and have learned much in this journey. We're proud to work with MassChallenge, an organization that supports entrepreneurs from across the globe who are tackling some of the largest problems in healthcare through cutting-edge technologies and exploration. The Sidon Rare Disease Award supports founders in their quest to develop solutions for patients with rare conditions. I'm pleased and honored to announce that the 2021 $20,000 Sidon Rare Disease Award goes to, drumroll, Myogene Bio. Congratulations to the Myogene team.
Here to present the FM Global Resilience Prize, please welcome Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of FM Global, Kevin Ingram.
Good evening. As a founding partner of MassChallenge Rhode Island, FM Global is proud to offer the FM Global Resilience Prize for the second consecutive year to support the cutting-edge ideas that help organizations mitigate loss and understand the hazards that can negatively impact their businesses. This is important to us because helping our clients be resilient has been a critical part of FM Global's business model for over 185 years. As mentors and judges during the MassChallenge US program, we've been able to learn about emerging technologies and solutions firsthand. FM Global remains committed to being an active partner in supporting the growth of the global innovation ecosystem. We want to congratulate all the finalists in this year's MassChallenge 2021 cohort, as well as those who participated in our Resilience Prize competition. Now to the prize. The companies eligible for the FM Global Resilience Prize demonstrate focus across InsurTech, artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things, data analytics, and loss prevention. This year's prize, totaling $50,000, will be awarded to 3 startups in the amounts of $10,000, $15,000, and $25,000. And the winners are $10,000 to Anelatom, $15,000 to Ike, and $25,000 to Stoke. Congratulations to our 3 winners.
Presenting the Houston Angel Network Investment Prize, please welcome Managing Director of the Houston Angel Network, Stephanie Campbell.
Like MassChallenge, the Houston Angel Network explores opportunities to support the most promising innovators who can create real change. This is why we have believed in and supported MassChallenge since the first year of the Houston program, and why we have awarded the Hahn Investment Prize every year since then. Hahn is a network of investors who are committed to providing capital and mentorship to early-stage entrepreneurs. We know that we can rely on our partnership with MassChallenge to support stellar startups and early-stage founders in the Houston area and beyond that have demonstrated their commitment to building a venture-backed business. I'm happy that we get to work with such an incredible organization that helps us bolster the Houston innovation ecosystem. The Houston Angel Network Investment Award supports those who are tackling major market problems. So this year, I'm pleased to announce that the 2021 $50,000 investment prize goes to Known. Congratulations.
While I've been working with MassChallenge on this project, it's been really amazing to watch the show take shape. What has been incredible to witness beyond the talent and drive of the MassChallenge entrepreneurs is their commitment to giving back to their community. As speakers, experts, or donors, their actions truly demonstrate a commitment to a future built through collaborative innovation. I'd like to acknowledge 2 MassChallenge alumni speaking tonight, Sharonda White and Skendi Kernisen, who have taken the MassChallenge pledge, choosing to support the next generation of entrepreneurs and the mission with a future donation. As a community, MassChallenge nurtures entrepreneurs and ensures they have the access, network, and resources they need to successfully change our world through the power of entrepreneurship. And while this is an award show, we are seeing the impact of all of this take shape. Please welcome CEO of Rapid Liquid Print and MassChallenge alum, Skendi Kernisen.
Founders who tackle significant problems also create significant solutions. To achieve what we set out to do, we require substantial commitments and access to connected communities and resources. We may need these commitments to last longer periods of time than other founders, so that we can gain a deep understanding of our market, users, and customers, and be prepared for the long and sometimes daunting fundraising journey. As a co-founder of Rapid Liquid Print, I understand that entrepreneurship isn't for the faint of heart. Rapid Liquid Print is a new support-free gel manufacturing process. We are capable of 3D printing industrial standard rubbers at large scales and in minutes without molds or the effects of gravity. MassChallenge was willing to take a bet on a novel concept out of academia before others would, providing credibility and access to mentorship that helped us navigate the early days before traditional ventures would consider Rapid Liquid Print.
Here to present the MassChallenge Platinum Awards, please welcome Vice President and General Manager, Fast Labs at BAE, Cheryl Paradise.
Well, BAE Systems and our Fast Labs research and development team are committed to supporting the broader innovation ecosystem, and MassChallenge is one of our key links to this very entrepreneurial community. So through our phenomenal partnership, we connect our internal innovators here at BAE with MassChallenge entrepreneurs to find pathways for collaboration and really exciting opportunities in the defense and aerospace sector. The results include collaborating with founders to bring their technologies as differentiators on our proposals to our government customers, many of which have led us to jointly winning some really innovative new programs We're so proud to work with this organization to form the future of the defense innovation ecosystem and drive the advancement of truly game-changing technologies. I am thrilled to be here tonight to present the Platinum Awards to 4 startups. Tonight, each of these startups will go home with a cash prize worth up to $50,000. Wow. Let's get to the winners. And the winners are 1440 Media, Card Medic, IQ3, and Sage Surfer. Congrats!
Wow, we did it!
So many people to thank.
I would like to thank our incredible MassChallenge mentors for their time, effort, and enthusiasm.
Thank you, MassChallenge, for incredible, insightful experience.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to the entire MassChallenge team, judges, and mentors, especially Jody, Sharon, Jeff, and Jeremy.
Ed, Jilly, Jim, Dave, Alex, Morella, the list goes on.
Amazing MassChallenge mentors who work tirelessly and pushed us towards our goal. Without their support, we would not be where we are today.
Thank you to the IQ3 Connect team for their dedication and hard work.
We also couldn't have done this without such an excellent team, so shouts out to Tim, Drew, Sarah, Mitchell, Ashley, and so many others.
The cash award will definitely help us accelerate our product roadmap and go to market.
And it's also going to enable us to scale our team, to create a local presence in the US.
We need more writers, developers, designers, and salespeople to bring our business to the next level.
These funds will go towards sales and marketing, get our solution in the hands of more people who are struggling with mental health.
Thank you so much, MassChallenge. This is unbelievable.
Helium is a virtual and augmented reality human performance channel that's powered by the biometric data from hardware agnostic wearables. Whether it be an EEG meditation headband or a smartwatch, we can use to control virtual worlds that have a therapeutic impact on your calm, on your focus, and makes you more self-aware of your thoughts and emotions. So through MassChallenge, we got some very important sales introductions, product introductions, investor introductions that are absolutely changing the trajectory of our business. Our revenue has now soared more than 450%, and we closed a deal with the US Air Force thanks to an introduction to someone that we met at MassChallenge. You know, just now, 6 to 9 months after the program, we're seeing those seeds that we planted through MassChallenge blossom into something really pretty beautiful.
Here to present the Boeing and ISS National Laboratory Technology in Space Prize, please welcome Christine Kretz and Sean Pfeiffer.
Hello, I'm Christine Kretz, Vice President of Programs and Partnerships for the International Space Station, U.S. National Laboratory. The International Space Station is an incredible, one-of-a-kind technological marvel that orbits approximately 260 miles above the Earth's surface, traveling at 17,500 miles per hour. For more than 20 years, astronauts from 19 different countries have lived and worked on board the space station, stretching the frontiers of human ingenuity. What you might not know is that during that same time frame, more than 3,000 experiments have been performed on the orbiting platform, taking advantage of the unique space-based environment that allows researchers to evaluate phenomena in ways not possible on Earth. The space station is also a national laboratory, intent on opening access to US-based researchers to leverage the space environment to make scientific and technological advancements that may bring value to our nation and drive a robust market in low Earth orbit. The ISS National Lab has sponsored investigations from Fortune 500 companies, academic institutions, nonprofit organizations, government agencies like the U.S. National Science Foundation and the National Institutes of Health, and innovative startups, which is why we're here today. Since 2013, the ISS National Lab has collaborated with Boeing and MassChallenge on the Technology and Space Prize, where companies within the MassChallenge community can propose projects that take advantage of the unique environment on the ISS to advance and accelerate promising areas of research and development to address challenges on Earth. Since its inception, the Technology and Space Prize has been awarded to more than 25 companies to provide funding to conduct research and development on board the ISS. Many of the companies have already launched flight projects, and several more are launching projects in upcoming missions. Companies like Angiex, Lambda Vision, RevBio, which was formerly Launchpad Medical, MicroQuinn, Kernel Biologic, and many more have advanced their research through projects awarded through the Technology and Space Prize. Tonight, we're excited to welcome new members to this growing community. The ISS National Lab is incredibly excited to collaborate with Boeing and MassChallenge on the Technology and Space Prize as we seek new avenues of experimentation on the space station, pushing the limits of research and development.
Thanks, Christine. I'm Sean Pfeiffer, Commercial Innovation Manager for the ISS National Lab. It has been a privilege to work with the various companies interested in learning how the space environment can be leveraged to advance their science and development of their products. The concepts submitted this year were exciting and compelling, which is exactly what we have come to expect from working with the MassChallenge community all these years. That said, it is with my pleasure to announce the 2021 Technology and Space Prize winners.
Critical Inc., led by co-founder and CEO Ryan Cousins. Critical Inc. seeks to leverage the space station to mature a new hardware platform that may enhance inter-satellite communications and low Earth orbit. Oculogenics Incorporated, with CEO Dr. Hema Remkor. Oculogenics, a startup specializing in developing better treatments for patients with blinding retinal diseases, intends to utilize the unique space-based environment of the ISS to identify potential disease models to combat macular degeneration for patients on Earth.
Congratulations to this year's Technology and Space Prize winners, and we thank all who have been involved in this process. We especially thank our partners at Boeing for their generous funding contributions to further research and development in space, and we look forward to meeting with the new MassChallenge community members in 2022 and beyond. In fact, the 2022 Technology and Space application process is about to begin. Learn how the ISS National Lab could allow you to advance your science and technology development in an environment where gravity won't hold you back. For more information about the Technology and Space Prize and previous selected projects, please visit our website at issnationallab.org.
Please welcome the founder and CEO of Growth Founder and MassChallenge alum, Dominique Aubry.
Today, BIPOC founders represent more than 50% of the population. And in acknowledgement of this reality, the ecosystem understands them to be the new majority, hence the term new majority founders. The history of venture capital comes from a small, tight-knit group of people. However, when we look at business building efforts overall, successful businesses thrive because of the community that supports them. The inability of new majority founders to access capital actually impacts us all as a nation and worldwide. By stifling opportunities for new majority founders, we limit the ability to increase opportunities and access across the globe. MassChallenge's active commitment to supporting founders that reflect diverse identities like race, gender, sexual orientation, and immigration status is a necessary step to providing all founders with equitable access to resources, networks, and mentorship that are proven to make the difference for a startup.
To present our final Diamond Awards tonight, please welcome MITRE Strategic Innovation and Partnership Lead, Bobby Blount.
The relationship between MITRE and MassChallenge began over 6 years ago. This relationship helps the federal government tap into innovative solutions from the commercial sector. Through the years, our partnership has expanded. We consider MassChallenge a key strategic partner, allowing us to discover and mentor startups with capabilities that help solve some of our nation's biggest challenges in healthcare, transportation, space, defense, and cybersecurity. Through mentoring and support, MassChallenge startups, we can share our unique resources and expertise to help lower the historical barriers between startups and government, ideally allowing the startups to move quickly from lab to market, providing better outcomes for both organizations. MITRE values speed, agility, and risk-taking. It's core at what we do. It is energizing to work with passionate and dedicated entrepreneurs that live this every single day and encourage us to continually push out our limits. With that, I am so pleased to present this year's Diamond Award winners. These prizes, given to startups that exhibit tangible progress and impact, are worth $100,000. Our first Diamond Award winner, Acoustical Bio.
And this is valid for the good times and bad times. I want to thank everybody that helped me so far. In particular, Jennifer, Daniel, Philip, Samir, Niels, all the students that have been working very hard in the lab. And a special thank to all the mentors in the Boston ecosystem that helped me pushing till this point, the Biometric Accelerator. Special thanks, and of course, you guys. Thank you so much. Acustica Bio is an advanced manufacturing company solving the greatest challenges in life sciences and beyond.
Congratulations to Acoustical Bio. And now, our next Diamond Award winner, Astrolux.
Thank you so much to MassChallenge and the Texas team for the opportunity to participate and be selected in the MassChallenge program. It was truly an amazing experience, not just because the team was so supportive of our endeavors and our efforts, but also the quality of entrepreneurs that I met in this particular program were world-class entrepreneurs. Our goal is to manufacture integrated circuit chips, which are 7 nanometers and smaller. By doing this, we can reset the technological pace of advancement. Our mission, therefore, is to accelerate the future. Thank you again for such an exciting, stimulating, and inspiring experience.
Congratulations to Astrolux. Our final Diamond Award winner, SheFly.
SheFly is on a mission to help everyone answer nature's call. Literally, we do that through a second patented zipper that allows women to safely, comfortably, and easily relieve themselves in any outdoor setting, any outdoor activity, from work to play. A huge shout out and thank you to every single MassChallenge mentor and staff member who helped us work on our investment fundraising strategy, as well as our marketing campaign strategy to coincide with our relaunch again this spring after a 1.5 years of COVID.
Congratulations to SheFly, and congratulations to all of our winners.
Thanks again for watching the MassChallenge 2021 U.S. Early Stage Awards presented by MITRE. We are also incredibly proud to have featured this unique and diverse group of unconventional founders today working in cutting-edge and uncommon industries around the world. Above all, the spirit of collaboration and a commitment to giving back is what makes this MassChallenge network stand out. I hope you are as inspired by what you learned tonight as I am. A special thank you goes out to our partners and sponsors and our keynote speakers, Stefan Boncel, CEO of Moderna, and Jason Kelly, CEO of Ginkgo Bioworks, plus our startup winners who won more than $1 million in cash and prizes. Finally, we hope you'll continue getting involved. Join the community as an expert at masschallenge.org/experts. Donate to help democratize entrepreneurship. You know where to find the link in the QR code. And thank you for supporting the next generation of entrepreneurs, whether they fit the mold or break it. I'm Cheryl Lazar. Have a great night.